Hi everybody, Tyler here with Sparkle with Tyler, and today I have our first unboxing video of 2025. Today I have one of my favorite 2024 canvases just of the year to share with you, and this is Duck Bath. So this is a canvas by Art with Julia, and it is, like I said, it's one of my favorite canvases that came out just period last year from anyone. So you're looking at a 65 by 81 centimeter canvas. So this is a pretty large one, but it doesn't have a lot of colors. We'll talk about that in a minute. But standard DAC square canvas, you have the render on the top, you have the original artwork, which is just, it's so cute. Artist information, DAC information. It's a blue box, so it means it's square, and then you have all the square motifs, right? You have the foil here that's square, it says square, it shows a square, and then it talks about how it's all inclusive. The box wraps around and it continues to show you the render. It says unleash your inner artist, and then it goes to the back and it goes, here's how you diamond paint, here's everything that's inside, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Warranty information, legal information, DAC information. Anything you want to look at, please feel free to pause in the video. All of it's the same in every video, but if you're new here, first of all, welcome. We have a lot of new people, and second of all, that's part of the reason I leave the box here for you. So we continue to wrap around the box, and this is where we get all the extra fun information, right? So we continue with the render, and then we have all the stuff about the full coverage diamond painting, right? So we have another picture of the image, and then this only has 30 colors in the entire painting. So as large as it is, it doesn't have a lot of colors. I think this is going to have a ton of color blocking. I don't think it's going to have a ton of confetti, except maybe in some of the small details, but I think overall this is just going to be a really fun, quicker canvas despite its size, because it's 30 colors with 1 AB and 5 fairy dust. In total, it is 84,825 drills, and you have your SKU there if you want it. Information about socials to DAC as well as their tag is right there. So that's your box, and I'm quickly going to take this, unbox the inner box, and I'll be right back. So this is our inner box, and what you'll see is we have our toolkit, which we'll open in a second. We have our canvas, which is in a dust bag, and inside of the dust bag is our canvas with our drill Sammich. And then underneath, I'm not sure if we have a treasure card or not, because I'm not sure when this canvas came out, but we're going to take a look for that too. This is our toolkit. So all DAC toolkits now come with similar contents. They've kind of gone through some iterations through 2024, but this one is going to have all your new standard stuff. I'm just going to pull them out and we'll talk about it as I go. But they all come in these clear plastic bags, and then inside you're going to have this one we're coming out with plastic baggies first. You're going to get 15 plastic baggies. As I said, 30 colors for this painting. This is not going to be sufficient. Make sure that when you kit up, you have some kind of storage solution that's going to work for you. But these are great for travel, just so you know. Or if you're like on the go with your diamond painting, these are great for holding onto those open bags. The next thing we have is this awesome tray. These are the new DAC trays. They are stackable, they are closable, and they're great for holding your bits and bobs. They have a stopper in here, and they can hold things like your multi-placer. It comes with a 7 multi-placer. It comes with extra putty for the pen we're going to look at in a minute. And it comes with extra wax. Your kit comes with extra wax. Make sure that you do pull off the plastic on the outside of the wax before you try and use it. Otherwise, you're not going to get any wax in your pen. You're just going to be stabbing plastic, okay? So those are all the bits and bobs that come with your tray and your kit. And as you can see, it just slides like that to close, and it says DAC on the side. So if you have several of these trays, you can stack them on your desk or on your shelf and work multiple colors at a time. The final item that comes in your toolkit right now is the putty twist in place pen, and you'll see that this one actually has a brass tip on the end. So the original iterations of the new DAC pen did not come with a brass tip on the end. This one does, so it should be really durable. What's really important about these pens is the twist in order for the putty to come through. Do not crank them. If you crank them, the putty's going to come like oozing out. It's going to take a while for it to stop, and you're going to lose putty. So Be really gentle. Once you start to feel a little bit of pressure, that's all you need. If you need a little bit more pressure, maybe 1/8 of a turn. You don't need a lot. Little goes a long way. To close it, just push this straight back on, and that's how you use it. Do close it, or the putty, it can get a little icky. On the back side, you do get a 4-placer immediately, but these come off, and if you want, you can put a metal multi-placer. You can put that 7 multi-placer, whatever brings you joy. But that is your pin that comes in the toolkit. This is your kitting up sticker booklet. So what you will see is there's actually stickers in several places. You have your sticker here, here, and here, which will give you your information about your canvas itself. And then when you open it up, you actually get your information about your colors. You'll see 25 through 30 are actually your special drills, A, B, and fairy dust. And then you actually get a bunch of blank stickers. So if you go to enhance your canvas, I actually recommend that you use these blank stickers to write down your enhancements. That way you're not like running through and trying to figure out like on a piece of paper, am I using this enhancement or that enhancement? It's what I do, and it really makes a difference, but just, Tyler 2 cents for you. We will go through these in a little bit on the canvas and see exactly where all of the special drills are placed, but I always like to just give you a second to take a look at the color palette because I think it's really interesting. This one has a lot of dark greens as well as some almost oranges, but I think on the actual canvas they're much more tan and cream. So that'll be interesting to see what that looks like when translated onto the diamond painting. When we close the actual booklet, what you'll see is there's a start and end date sticker, which is separate from the large sticker, which is also separate from the information about the colors, diamond shape, size, and hue. I really like these booklets, and I like the sticker information. That way you can just quickly put everything down. So now that we've looked at our toolkit, now that we've looked at our sticker sheet, I'm going to quickly lift this canvas up to see if we have a treasure card. And once we check to see if we have a treasure card, we'll go ahead and start looking at the canvas and the drill Sammich. But it does look like we have a treasure card in here. That's exciting. And I have a hard time telling on the front if these are bronze, silver, or gold, but it does appear like we have the name of the card, the color code on the card here. So really appreciate DAC has done that, and I've talked a little bit in a previous video about kind of where that came from, so I can link that in the video when I go to upload it. But really excited that we got a little duck bath treasure card because they're super. Again, this was one of my favorite canvases that got released last year, so very cute. I apologize that it's so rainbow on camera, but in real life it's a lot more green. So very, very cute. So this is our actual canvas. I've taken it out of the dust bag for us to look at, but I'm going to talk about some of the features of the canvas itself before we go into looking at the special drills and the actual drill field, and then we can look at the drill Sammich. So every single DAC canvas is laid out similarly. On the bottom left side, you'll see that there is a picture of the original image above the word that says pasting area, and then it mentions the DAC SKU, the name of the painting, the size, both in inches and centimeters, and then information about the artist, copyright, as well as DAC's name. In the center, you have the DAC social information, as well as your second coupon code that comes in every single kit. The right side contains information about the lifetime warranty, as well as the email for support should you ever need to contact them. On the bottom right and the upper left, which is kitty corner to what we're looking at now, you will see that there is the legend for every single color that is in this painting. What's nice is no matter if you're looking at it upside down or right side up or on its side, you have access to the color legend if you need it, if you're not necessarily using your images that are on your sticker sheet. So that's on every single DAC painting. You're going to have 2 legends, one on the bottom right, one on the top left. On the top of the painting, which we'll see later, it's going to say Diamond Art Club, do what makes you sparkle. So that is every single DAC painting. The next feature that you'll see on DAC paintings is there are these red dotted lines, and what that houses actually, and you should be able to see it a little bit, is there are perforated lines that go across the cellophane of this canvas. So what you can do is you can actually bend these dotted lines back and forth and you can work 10 by 10 centimeters of this canvas. So it's really nice. Like me, I have dogs, so it's just dog hair everywhere all the time. Doesn't matter how much we clean up. So what I do is I actually will bend 2 of these lines and peel this back, work a 10 by 10 section, and then put it back down when I'm not at my desk. Really, really nice feature if I'm not using release papers. And I think it's a great feature too to kind of count your progress too, because it's like, okay, 10 centimeters, 10 centimeters, 10 centimeters. I know there's going to be about, let's just say 48 of these different squares on here. So it's just a nice way to also check your progress and keep everything safe. There is no bleed through on this canvas that I have from the red lines. That was something that happened in 2024. For anyone who's curious, this canvas that I have in my possession does not have bleed through. So that is kind of the main features of every DAC canvas. Taking a look at special drills, I'm going to kind of point everything out as we go, and then feel free to pause on any part of the video to check closer. We have in this canvas the multiple special drills. We have the white dot, the up arrow, the upper right triangle, a spade, the letter capital N, and bold L. So take a look anywhere on this canvas. Again, feel free to pause, and I'll point them out as I see them, okay? Quickly going through everything, I will just tell you right off the bat, this is that bold letter L. You're going to see a bunch of different fairy dust in this plant work here. And then I am super excited to report that all of this water is fairy dust. The duckies themselves are the letter H. They are not the AB drill, but that's totally okay because personally I can kind of, as much as I'd love to see some sparkly ducks and I could personally enhance everything, that might be a little much. 2 quick notes. I did go ahead and turn one of my upper flashes off, so it did change the color a little bit of the canvas, but I also want to note that this whole area, it has the number 1 and not an upward facing arrow. So in terms of your drill field, I do want to note that this, although it's a very clear drill field, this is a very similar number and pattern to that upward facing arrow here. In the camera, it's much more bold. In person, it's something that if I was tired, I'd want to be really conscientious of. So it's one of those things where I've got a little bit of a head scratcher because we have only 30 symbols and 30 colors on this. If I were to give feedback to DAC, I'd say, hey, like, maybe not use the number 1 or maybe not use that upward facing arrow given the fact that there are so many symbols available to use. Not a huge issue, but just a note that I have looking at this canvas for the first time. Continuing up onto the canvas, we'll see more of the special drills up in here. It looks like there's a lot in the plants. And I haven't seen a ton yet on the spade, but it does look like it is all in here. So all in here looks like it's going to be fairy dust drills. There are some scattered throughout, but it looks like most of your fairy dust drills are going to be in this section here and some in here, and it looks like you have just kind of a splatter of those A beads. I apologize if I said ABs when I mentioned all of this being fairy dust. But give me 1 second, I'm going to roll this backwards and we should be able to get a flatter look at the canvas. That is something you can do, just as a note. If your canvas is rolling up towards you and you want it to lay flatter, DAC canvases are relatively self-flattening. So what you can do is, as you just saw, I rolled mine backwards, and you'll notice now it's laying a lot flatter. Again, you'll see at the top it does say do what makes you sparkle, and this is just, it's a cute canvas, everyone. I'm really happy. I'm going to quickly do that run through that I do of canvases, run it from top to bottom so you can see the entire drill field, the entire canvas, and then we'll go ahead and grab the drill Sammich to take a look at the colorway. Isn't that cute? I do think the render's very, very, very good. Everything's very clear in the monitor, especially given the fact that there's all these little bits and bobs and stuff. I think that's a candle. But how cute are those little ducks? Like, so cute. The hamper's rendered nicely, the sink, just everything looks really, really good. Give me 1 second and I'm gonna go grab our drills. Okay, so camera's lowered, drill Sammich is out, and this is our colorway. I think it's really, really pretty. It reminds me kind of just like a lily pad in general. I know there's a lot of flora in this painting, but I really like all of the creams that are in this painting. My guess is this is a lot of that letter H. Let me grab the colorway for us. And I'll take all of this out, but this is 3770. So, yep, that is that letter H. We have a lot of it going through here, and I can count the bags for us. But this overall is just, it's a lot of really pretty greens. Again, there's only 30 colors, but we are going to have just a lot of really beautiful creams and greens and some light greens. And it looks like we even have kind of a grayish green in there, which I did not realize, and I think it's going to be a very beautiful addition. Standard operating procedure, I'm going to go ahead and pull out all of the special drills for us. It does not look like we have any 6,000 colors today. So I'm going to pull out the AB, I'm going to pull out the fairy dust drills, and I'll be right back. So quick change of plans. Normally in my unboxings, I only show the end of the kit drills, which is like the 6,000, the ABs, the fairy dust, the electro, and iridescent. But given the nature of this kit, given the nature that it has 30 colors, I want to show you all of the colors. And the reason for that is it's very heavy on certain colors, very light on others. Also, if you need a kit that does not have any 310 for something like diamond painting bingo or for your own personal goals for the year, this kit does not contain any 310. And I apologize for missing that at the beginning of our unboxing. No 310 in this kit. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all of the regular drills first. And I'm going to go kind of from the bigger packets to the teeny tiny packets. Most of these colors, if there is a lot of it, there are multiple bags, or there is a bunch of one bag, like a large bag, a full bag. So for example, we have 2 bags of 3819, and we have 1 full large bag of 505. I'm not necessarily going to run through all the numbers. I am confident that you are smart, intelligent people who can read, but I want to show you just how the rundown is with these colors. In terms of larger bags, we have like 4. We have 4 of these, right? So 4 of this lighter green. We have 3 739s of this tan. We have 3. This is not showing super perfect true to color. This is more of like a drab color or a lighter olive, but we have 3 of these. We have 4 bags of that 3770 that we talked about, that letter H. We have 1 really chunky bag of 988. And that's, oh, we still have more. We have 4 bags of this kind of like light green. Again, these are not showing perfectly true to color, but this is like a lighter drab color again. And then we start getting into all of these itty bitty bags. So take a look at this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 8 colors, and they're not even half a bag. So I think the most you get is this 470, and it's a little staticky right now, but it's not even half a bag, half a small bag. So you're going to be flying through these accent colors. I didn't quite realize when we were going through the canvas how few drills there were of these 8 colors. Then you kind of get into like a standard set of colors, right? This is a large bag. These are kind of your standard colors, and I would say they're fullish, right? So these are kind of a normal amount. Normal amount. I would say these are actually kind of light. And I don't know how I missed this, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags of 823. For some reason, when I was unrolling that canvas with y'all, I didn't realize how much dark there was. So, not sure where all that is. It must be all the outlines. So, maybe it's all of these like dark outlines on the canvas. It adds up because it doesn't, this painting does not look like a dark painting at all, right? Interesting. And I'll have to kind of keep you up to date on that because this is a deceivingly dark painting all of a sudden. There's all this green, but now there's 5 bags of 823. Really, really, really interesting. So going into the super fun colors, right, we have our first fairy dust drill, and this is that spade color. This is Z948, and we have 3 whole bags of this. Our next one is Z704. We have 2 bags of that upward corner right triangle. So I think this was in a lot of the plants. Z369, this is upward facing arrow. And this one is a little more true to color. I'd say it's more pale. But for some reason, the greens just don't want to behave today. This is that bold L, true to color for sure. Z3822, a very pretty little fairy dust marigold yellow. And ending with AB5200, good old Aurora Borealis white. So this will actually be a little pink when it's placed. So this is the layout of special drills for this kit, but that is also the full drill sandwich of this kit as well. So I hope that was helpful for you. And I would love to know, one, what you're working on, but also if you end up working on this kit, because it's a cutie kit, right? So anyway, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourself, and I hope that 2025 is mundane and boring and good and healthy for you. I will see y'all in the Ticket to Ride Facebook group. I will post Cheryl's event down below. It's one of my favorite events of the year, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.